Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Right.
And the other thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one had to go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Fellas, welcome to All In, All United. Simeon, Phil, Chef, JP. Well, yeah, we through to the next round, fellas. You know, the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Casemiro putting his head on the line. And I guess Forest just had to take the L today, right? You know, I mean, I think it was a very, very low quality game. You know, and now we find ourselves, you know, having to play Liverpool at Old Trafford. You know? And I think what is unfortunate, as far as I'm concerned, is that I have become, you know, so numb, and I was telling JP this also, I've become so numb to watching us play now, eh? So I'm not even disappointed to the levels that I was before. You know, because it's like I now come to expect this. Right? And if we win, there's a bonus. And fellas, to be quite honest, that is just how I feel right now, you know. The win is a bonus. Right? And it's like my level so low that I find Anthony had a good game today. Ooh, anyway, fellas, what is it? What going on?
Before we start, I have a couple of things to say. First thing first, folks, I would advise if you have children around tonight, ain't that night. Put them to bed, let them say good night, brush the teeth, and go and sleep. Secondly, the views and behavior of Chef Damien is not the views of All In podcasts.
Right.
That's
So the
two.
disclaimer there. Yeah, the disclaimer there.
The disclaimer there. The third part is, I just want by a show of hands, and this is including the people out there who tired watch effing garbage football, put up all your hands. Because I real tired. Like I tired. I can't take that no more. Today I watching this and I like, what level of what is this? Now we can start. I can't take it no more now. That means real shit, you know. Cause I watching this and I tell him, my girl, this is what we reached to, boy.
I mean, we've been here before. I mean, we acting like, you know, like if we just reach here or it's the first time United has, you know, stung the place up. Like we've been here before with different coaches, you know, and it's sad. Like the thing is, it's sad that we're back. It's not like, you know, it's like we back here. It's like, you know, we thought we, you know, after we ain't gonna be back here, but here we are, you know, and
But Simeon, does it? I don't. You could tell me. Does it seem like the football just get worse? Like yes, we've been here in the last 10 years, but doesn't it seem like we get worse?
worse. I mean, you know, Ragnick days, like it kind of look like Ragnick. I feel like we have no direction. You know, I feel like, yeah, you know, we missing people, but like I feel like it's a combination of years of just decay and just, you know, we have players who from different coaches who I don't know why they're here, including Ten Hag. You know, I just look at his team and I'm like, who put this together? And Ten Hag was supposed to be the guy to kind of like fix it, and we find ourselves back here through just mismanagement, and I keep going back to that word, mismanagement. Like, I don't think Ten Hag. I mean, Ten Hag was hired to coach. I don't think he was hired to build a program, build a good coaching, a good solid football organization. I don't know if he's ever done that. Yeah, he was coach of Ajax, but he have to build. He had to put everything. I don't think he understood. Like, he had to build something. I don't think he has done it. I look at his team. I see. He come in. He had a mess, and he might instead of cleaning the mess, he might add more shit to the mess. And now we trying to do something, and like it ain't working. Like, we have less talent in the field than we had before. It feels like we have guys injured. You have guys injured, right? Here's my thing: we have guys injured, right? We know why they're injured. They do too much, whatever. But yet you say, yeah, Bruno, he injured too. He both, yeah, Bruno injured too. But I want to play him. He wants to play, so I play him. So I have to play him. Like, I just feel I don't know what we do. I feel like we just like pigs, like a damn pigsty, just walling around, man. I know you just gotta be glad for a win and just move on, man. I can't. I got that enough.
Yeah. Before Phil and JP jump in, right, guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We want to get more people in. I mean, it's not as bad as a loss, even though it just feel like that, right? We still win. We into the next round. So like up and share the podcast, right? We just get some comments here. Um, Satellite on the inside. There's my little nephew. So good night. Thanks for joining, man. He messaged me earlier today and he say, Uncle, you find Man United play good? Why? David Curtin on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for
Oh,
joining.
David.
Arun on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. And Chef, yeah, men hand up all up in the comments, right? All right. Yeah. So
Yeah,
go through
man.
JP. Go through Phil.
Yeah, I fighting a stomach bug right now, and I trying to figure out what making me more sick. Watching Manchester United play or the bug.
That's rough.
No, because it rough. It real rough as a Manchester United fan because I started to scroll on my phone during the game or kind of thing and had to tell myself, hey, you're all in all tonight, watch the game to know what's going on, right? Because it real hard to watch this team play football. I will lie to you, like,
Very.
imagine we win a game and this is what going on weeks now. We win in games, but we can't come and just praise the performance on the pitch and had a comfortable win. We're not able to do that. And before the loss to Fulham, we were seeing that the performances would lead to a loss eventually. And today was almost the same because we just allowing teams too many opportunities because as much as we rail through away, because we could have wrap up the game early, and we always saying this too. But at the same time, we are allowing teams too many opportunities. Fulham had
Yeah.
16 shots today, and the average shots against us in our game is 17 shots a game. I read a stat the other day where in 5 or 6 games we allow 100 shots or something. So no, nearly
Hey.
two. Was it 100 or something? Yeah, and Man City for the whole season was just a little more than that in terms of how much shots they allow. So it's ridiculous. This kind of back and forth football we playing where nobody wants to control the game. It really annoying to start and try and watch the game and try to pick positives from it. The only thing I could say is we win and we move on to the next round.
But you don't know if that moving on to the next one sets me up for embarrassing.
Exactly.
At home.
Exactly. At home. And Liverpool playing for club every game playing for club.
Regardless of who club put out.
Yeah.
Phil, what you saying?
Um,
Marcus Rashford. Attitude, Cristiano Ronaldo. Skill and talent, Aaron Lennon. Marcus Rashford, you are now on the list of players that I am done with. I'm done with Bruno, done with Anthony, and you just made that list as well too, Marcus Rashford. I am done with you. I'm not going back. Sorry. You are lazy as bad word. You are lazy. I'm sorry. I'm not giving Marcus Rashford no more chances. Go to PSG in the summer. Clip this here. I'm not going back.
But
I'm done. I'm done with Marcus Rashford. I'm done. That's the first thing I gotta say. That's the first thing I gotta say. Manchester United Football Club, I dare you to play like that versus City this weekend. I dare you. I dare you to play the way you played for 90 minutes versus an informed Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland. I dare you. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dare you. And you think you think this weekend that I will not let go some words? I will. Play that same way that you played against Luton, against Fulham, against Nottingham Forest versus City and Liverpool. I dare you. This team, if there's anything above open heart surgery, that's what the team needs. That's what the team needs. This team needs a full. What's the right word? Actually, there is something called there is something above open heart surgery.
Autopsy.
Wait, no. Even higher, even higher.
A cremation.
If there's a god, if there's a god above, or if the football gods are listening to this podcast, send the asteroid. Send the asteroid right now and start over. Start over. I mean, I thought I would have been numb today, but my co-worker, and I told Reem this already, my co-worker who works opposite me, who is also a Manchester United fan, this guy cursing in English and the guy cursing in Arabic. I don't understand Arabic, but I still kind of know what he's saying in Arabic, right? This team is a joke, an absolute joke. Marcus, I'll say it again before I hand it over to you guys. Marcus Rashford, MBE, feeding all the children. Big Phil, I'm done with you. I'm done. There's no laughing here. I'm done with Marcus Rashford.
But Big Phil, I think Rashford was done with us long time. I mean, he got with
I agree with Simeon. You know. I honestly don't think he want to be here.
Whenever I don't know if you guys have been watching this. Whenever this guy loses the ball, the guy effing gives up. The guy gives up.
And you know what's bad? The commentators and all recognize it. The commentators were saying that today.
Alan Shearer and Jeremy Janis were pointing out today, Marcus Rashford's attitude is not that of a role model for football players. It's not.
All right, so here it is, right, fellas? I have a little segment for Rashford. So hold all your thoughts, right? And we will get into Rashford a little bit later on the pod.
We probably should do the last first today. How much are you think going to be the score on weekend? You probably should answer that.
No, but here, Chef. I didn't even put that on the agenda because you want to talk about that.
Let me skip that. Yeah, let me skip that.
Smart. You're a smart guy, boy. And always know you was a smart guy. You prove it tonight.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nico, is it
that makes sense.
Hey, good night. Yeah. What I was talking about, I know I jumped a little late.
It's talking about we should side.
Just normal initial thoughts because we ain't getting to it yet.
Okay, alright. Well, what I could say is, when you're watching the game today, right? So normally United is playing red, and I guess Forest is also playing white, right? So if you're watching the game, you can never tell unless you see the badge who is United or who is Forest. You know, that is how atrocious. You know, that the game was overall. I think the game itself was a atrocious game. Um, and but we are really looking good. We're looking good.
All right. Let me just get some quick comments on them you're getting it, guys. Jody on the inside earlier. Blessed night to you, Jody. Saying it's just Forest. All right.
So
So imagine.
how Alex
Also
going?
saying here I can't.
So, yeah.
Lexi.
Can't type out what I want to say. It's too much. Reem will fill you all in with my opinion on the team does.
Yeah. Alan on the inside as well. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying let us pray that City doesn't crucify us on Sunday. It will be a miracle if we draw. This was a proper snooze fest, but it looks like half the side already switched off and studying vacation. Yeah. So fellas, I remember a couple weeks ago, Phil was saying, we don't need to talk about, starting lineup and thoughts on the lineup. But I think, with the situation that's going on, the players available, the manager selection, could be a talking point. So let me get in, fellas, thoughts on the team sheet. And I also have an interesting comment from Ten Hag that I want us to also, talk about, right? Because I'm a little confused, right? So thoughts on the team sheets, but Ten Hag said this post-match, right? He said, finally, we have found the right formation and also the organization, but we needed some time to find our rhythm. Finally, we have found the right formation and also the organization, but we needed some time to find our rhythm. So, if I read this correct, he basically saying...
You was talking about this game?
Yeah, this game, he said after the game today, right? So, if I read this thing correct...
Ten Hag, whenever your birthday is, take me out drinking with you, boy.
No, because I'm trying to understand. What you say here. So I don't know if anybody else would hear it to give me a little more clarity because, brother, I don't know. Right? So thoughts on the team sheet, guys, and we have Ten Hag comment here that I want some clarity on.
I realize you trying all how to get me to cuss tonight, Like you find I'm fighting the urge hard enough. Because that level of jackassness, really. What is that? What planet he on? What game he watch?
Oh, yes.
Damn. Is David Moyes coaching me? And the coach is still team 10 Hag?
I'm hoping for the best. I really hoping for the best, but I expecting the worst right now. It's still looking good.
12 games to go for this season. 12 games, Lord. 12 games.
At this point, you really can't listen to what Ten Hag say. Like his comments are so off that even though the analysts are like, what's going on here? Because no one can really, digest the kind of nonsense he be talking about after a game. It's ridiculous. Right formation and organization, like just need time to find a rhythm. Like that makes no sense. So the formation was good, but he still plays shit. So how is that the right formation? Like this. I think
what we talking about? We talking about when he put Dalo on the left back and Brat on the right. I don't know.
They asked him his thoughts on the game, right? And he said
that was his answer.
Yes, he said finally we have found the right formation and also the organization, but we needed some time to find our rhythm.
What part of the formation was good? When Anthony Alanga was eating me like Sunday lunch. Whenever he get that ball, he keep grinning wide because he know I'm gonna kill them. Whenever our midfielders get the ball and they don't have a clue.
Origi was dealing with Amrabat.
The target Amrabat.
That's the level of shit Amrabat played today. Damn. Amrabat.
The second half is a little better. The first half,
Was better second half. Yeah.
the
That
second
was
half
a
is a
little
little
better
better.
by not much, eh?
But yeah, but not much, not much. But
But
was
that
better.
first half
The
was
first half was
Jesus
poor.
Christ.
But it's because you're putting square pegs in wrong holes. So let me talk about the team selection one time as I say that because
Yeah, yeah.
it's like it's like Ten Hag don't want to try nothing different. He talking about formation, but trying to figure out what was different with the formation because I see the same formation today, just that he put Amrabat as the left back and had him tucking in the middle a little more. So then why not just play three in the back and overload the midfield a little more because the midfield keep getting run over in every game. So put some more numbers in the midfield, play three in the back. Dalo could run a wing back position good. I guess they could trust Garnacho with that as well. We never see him do it, but these are things they could try and trade in because based on how long we have been having the types of injuries that we have in the team, you tell me in the training ground you're not trying something different? So Ten Hag to come and say he comfortable with this, and the thing is with Rashford. Rashford wasn't good today. He wasn't good last week. But Rashford was finding some kind of rhythm when he was playing on the left and Garnacho on the right. So instead of Ten Hag make the one change with Hoyland being injured and trying something different again, try something different and make the one change in Hoyland, you put in Rashford in a position that everybody know he not good at. He not good at
Damn.
it. And what I realized early in the game, everybody know Rashford quick. So all they're trying to do is pass ball in front of Rashford for him to run now. With no direction, they're not even passing the ball for him to chase it properly. They just play the ball for him to chase because Rashford quick. So Rashford game is not holding up the ball. Rashford game is not strengthened with defenders. That is not his game. He don't rough up defenders like that through the middle. So that the manager fault for putting him there.
Bro, I was
He
playing. What? Sorry.
Ten Hag is the coach of Manchester United. And this is why I want people to remember because all the people who talking about making excuses for injuries and when he have his players fit, the team will play better. This is Manchester United, brother. And you can pay big to manage Manchester United. So I don't care who injured. Couple of youth men scoring 2 goals against Southampton today. Youth men who now started play. Ten Hag had his team 19 months now. Your style had to be imparted on everybody in that club now. I don't want to hear no excuses about Martinez injured and this one injured and that one injured. I don't care about that because injuries will come. And at some point, the manager have to be able to say, well, if you injured and we are accustomed playing this style because you just be in the team, then we have to try and play a different style with you not in the team. And that is where he has get paid for as a manager, to be adaptable and to be able to see a situation in front of you and say, I had to adapt to this situation and make my team play good football still. So I got to be on cocaine to be saying the kind of things he's saying about the right formation and organization. Nah, man.
You're right up Real Mali there, boy. Hey. Really glee
I would have,
tonight, boy.
I would have put a JP. I would have put a effing cocaine in front of what you just said it
I keep it
because
clean.
Yeah, fellas. I mean, team sheets, the comments, go through.
go ahead,
You
Nico.
going again, Chef? Alright. I thought Chef going again now.
No, don't go, Nico.
I kind of going, need some of the players' performances, right? Other than the team sheet. And if we start from the back, I think Onana had a solid game today. As much as most of them was straight at him.
It was straight at him, is it?
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
solid in Nico.
No, it was straight at him, but he was cleaner with it.
Yeah.
No, seriously. He looked like a goalkeeper today more than your Brixton.
He didn't look like he played the ball.
He didn't look like he what you call it? He finching. He didn't look like he Finch
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
You know, I think he looked more like a goalkeeper today.
yeah.
You will see how we look Sunday.
Well, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. You know, like that. In fact, we gotta take Sunday. We gotta take Sunday as a free. You say, "Oh, in fact,
I
I
want
even
off.
think,
Yeah, I want off. I free hit.
no, like when United was United, teams used to come to United and say, "But they are free hit." You know we gonna get licks. Then we gotta run out and give we best. You know, whatever happen. You know, but most likely we gonna get licks. I hope
Damage
United go with that
limitation.
mindset, right? So yeah, so Sunday's are free hit. Yeah, so Onana was solid today. You know, I find he was real solid. My man of the match, Dalo. I find Dalo looking like that different quality with Dalo at the moment. When Dalo get a ball, you're seeing
One
quality.
positive player it has. Yeah.
You're
He
seeing
was always
quality.
composed.
No
Um,
arguments there.
Composed on the pitch.
Yeah. I think he had a few nice crosses today.
Mhm.
You know, the first one with McTominay, he had another one as well. So Dalo was real good. I think Anthony had a better performance today. No, I mean
Better
honest,
than what,
yeah,
boy?
better than how he has been in the past. Yeah, that don't mean it's good, eh? That don't mean it was good, but it was better, right? So I think Anthony had a better performance today, going forward and back. You know,
Yeah,
I think
I think he looks after the ball good. He looks after the ball good.
yeah, and I think he did a lot of double teaming on Ilanga as well, knowing Ilanga has pace. You know, so I think he did his job today without you know, as we would say,
Adding
lighting up the
anything
world.
offensively.
Well, you know, he didn't do that as much, right? But he was better. He was better. He was unfortunate with the first shot, you know, which I mean, he should have scored, but he was unfortunate. So I
Is
think
Anthony.
So Anthony had a better performance. Bruno was crap. Bruno was crap. Bruno was crap. Bruno
Man,
was crap.
man injured.
Right?
The man injured.
Enjoyed.
Well, he injured. Bruno was crap. Right? It will be real frustrating to watch Bruno, but you know, at some point he'll come up with some whatever, you know. But Bruno was real frustrating to watch.
Bruno should not be on that pitch.
Yeah. As much as Casemiro scored, he still had a better game than his last few games. You know, I saw some interceptions where he was getting beaten, you know, in the past few games. I saw he made some interceptions. I was like, wait now, Casemiro could do that, you know, because I forget he used to actually do that. So I saw he made some nice interceptions today and get the ball rolling. And I think that is a big part of our game that we're missing this season. Last season we used to intercept the ball and get the ball moving forward faster. This season everybody just blow past and everybody in the midfield, nobody intercepting nothing to start the counter, right? Which we know is our strength, right? As much as we want to have a nice, you know, tiki taka kind of football, you know, we do all that, you know, it's on the break, right? So we missed some of that from Casemiro this season, but we saw a bit of it today, right? But I know by after Sunday that's going again, right? Who else? I know maybe stretching it. Rashford, we'll talk about Rashford.
Garnacho.
Rubbish. Garnacho was terrible. Garnacho had a real off game today. Terrible. Varane was solid. Varane was real solid. And talking about Varane, we one injury away from catastrophe in the back there because we know what is going with Varane. So we lose Varane and we in problems in the back. You know, Amrabat again, square peg in wrong hole, and he was just trying to do a job, right? Terrible in the first half, better in the second half.
Yeah. Somebody check and see Phil alive there.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to sleep.
Let me just get some comments here, right? Arun saying here, I wonder if them fellas want tomorrow off too. Only read the report, right? How those vexed the
That was real?
Sunday off after.
That was real?
Well, they were reported. You could never tell, right? You could never tell. You know, because they love to spread propaganda about the team, but you don't know because them fellas are some real prima donnas. So you could never tell, right? On Rule Pre on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying he meaning the formation for the game because he didn't know what team to pick. All right. Okay, so I think he's trying to bring some clarity here to Ten Hag comments. All right.
My brother, with all due respect, that clarity you bring is more shitter. That is absolutely no. That ain't do nothing to that commenter. But is the formation he picked. Ten Hag is a dumbass, yes?
What is that?
Mickey on the inside, thanks for joining, man. What is he saying?
Oh, Mickey.
Yes, he's saying y'all watch a boss of a game today. I didn't. I had to make $1. Okay.
Well
Yeah,
done,
man.
brother. Make your money. Yeah, miss nothing.
On the repeat saying here on this question, how y'all find the team and manager look last season? My thoughts on this. I thought because it was Ten Hag's first season, he was taking a team that was bereft of confidence and bereft of anything at all, to where he brought them to the kind of football that I saw us playing for the first half of the season. That is, I thought we looked pretty well. But then I guess using the same players over and over, it caught up to the team. And I thought for the second half of the season we were coasting because we fell off
badly
big time and we were just coasting. So I thought for the first half of the season we were decent. We were looking like we were heading somewhere. We were looking like we had a plan. And I was forgiving of Ten Hag for the second half of the season because we knew that he had just started his project. He didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle. We can't wait for him to get his second season, his second transfer window where he could spend money. And then, that was a catastrophe, right? And I think that is why where we at. I don't know if anybody want to add anything to that, right?
I wrap it up nicely.
Yeah, nothing to add.
Yeah, Mickey saying here, JP finally have something to say about Ten Hag. Yeah, round of applause. Yeah. He also saying here, Nick, do we have a midfield?
Was
Right.
that every dog and the whatever running through our midfield? We don't have that.
What midfield? We have players that's supposed to be playing in the midfield. Then,
Nah, we don't
as JP had talk, just my thing on team selection. Don't before they insist on playing Scott McTominay. Oh God, play him as he forward or he false 9 or something now. Oh God. Playing him in that midfield makes no sense now.
Nah, they're playing short.
Dan, oh God. Oh, what again Ten Hag need to see to understand that man he's not a midfielder.
But where's
And
the put them?
Scott is try, But a man is only so much he could do, You can't ask a man to do something that he ain't it,
And Scott could look real good on a different team, eh?
Because he's not playing that position.
Scott might look different within a team that built around him. Scott might look better.
Just like, and we said that last podcast, Pereira, look at Chong. And for looking decent enough. They found the level and they're looking, decent. So
what's longer?
Yeah, so let Scott go and find the level and look good. Not here.
Yes, please.
Simeon, what are you saying? Team sheet.
When I looked at who was out, it was kind of hard to argue with the selection. Rashford up front, though, is always a non-starter for me. Rashford doesn't want to play there. He's no good there. Makes no sense to start Rashford up there, but I guess whatever. Mentioned Dow and his qualities, but it's not just his quality. Like it's his purpose. Like it's quality with a purpose. Like everything he does, and every little move has purpose. Yeah, I'm gonna make this move outside the box, but I'm gonna drive into the box for a cross. Like a purpose. Like everything he does for a purpose.
Yeah.
And it's I didn't know he had that, say a year ago. I didn't know he had like that quality, but it's really showing out now. It's good to see that on a bad team like this. It's good to see him stepping up. Um, I also talk about Garnacho. My issue with Garnacho, I had issues with finishing before. He's a young player. You can't criticize too much, but my biggest issue with Garnacho is what is his purpose as a footballer? Like, does he want to help his team win games, win championships, or does he want to score goals and be a star? That's my only issue with Garnacho. I just feel like his whole demeanor and his play is so based on him, looking good or scoring goals. You know, you watch other big teams play, like a young player like Garnacho make a mistake. Look at the bench to see what the coach saying. Like our players don't look at the bench at all. Our players just do a nonsense and go about their business. Like nobody ain't have a care. I can pass the ball here for easy tap in or do a shot and then miss the shot and I just throw a hand up and nothing wrong. I feel like I worry about Ganacho's. We talk about building teams. Are you building a team of singular players? Yeah, exactly. He wants to be Ronaldo. That's his. And we have a bad history of players who just want to be stars by themselves. We need guys who want to win games. So and every game I watch him play is the same thing, same kind of spirit I have. He gonna look good for we gonna be an okay team for 3 4 years. Then he's gonna go to Real Madrid or something. So, but yeah, I mean, with this team and the way this team is built, with the lack of players, and we didn't do nothing in a January transfer market like we did last year. We Somebody poor planned this out this year. Like I know we have injuries, but like we nothing was planned out. Nothing was no backups. No, I just feel like it's just mismanagement to the highest level. Like look at Ten Hag because he ain't do nothing. He really bring in any real players for last. Like he's supposed to waste his money. Like I just feel like mismanagement all over. When I look at this squad today, like and it happens, but like our team, it feels like it's always this way. It feels like forever. Last year we had two guys out. We couldn't play the football. This year the same thing. Two guys, more guys out, but the same thing. We don't have any real, quality backups. We send guys, we send the young players to other clubs. It's just no afterthought on things. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. Um, Phil, the whole Amrabat experiment, and I think JP had touched it. He gets skinned out at left back, right? He was targeted. He's slow. I mean, I think everybody, all we get teeth with that little clip with here on Mbappe because the man's slow all the way up, right? Um, but I mean, when we were in possession, and for the little bit of times that we were in possession, him moving into the midfield, I mean, I saw, something actually looking kind of goodish, you know. But he always had, it almost seemed to me as though Amrabat get double work today because he had to come into midfield to provide that extra body, but he still had to cover that left back space that Nottingham Forest saw and were trying to exploit. What was your thoughts on the whole Amrabat experiment today? And I mean, you could continue about your team sheets thing as well.
I don't have, I don't have any problem with Amrabat at left back because Amrabat made his debut for us at left back. I had a stellar game. Can't remember who it was, but Amrabat played left back on his debut for Manchester
Palace.
United and played well. It was Palace? Okay, fair enough. But yeah, Amrabat had a bad day at the office, but I mean, yeah, he's playing out of position, but I can't remember the last time I see Amrabat like play consistent games for us. Right? So I could be a little bit lenient with Amrabat, a little bit, not too much, because they got some other players in this team that definitely I would never be lenient with, right? Ten Hag. The difference between Rasmus Højlund and Scott McTominay is probably speed. Other than that, Scott is our top goal scorer. Why not play Scott up top and have Marcus Rashford and Garnacho play their exact same position?
Yeah, kill him. Yeah.
Scott holds up the ball well. Scott is our top goal scorer for a reason. So play Scott in that striker position. Try something is Nottingham Forest. It's Nottingham Forest. But at the end of the day, Ten Hag wants to be stubborn. And Ten Hag, you're digging your own grave. You are. You headed down the same path as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It all started with when the team played shit, and then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would come to the media and say some sort of positive narrative or try to spin the loss as like, the boys did well and they didn't play that good, but they were smiling and their shirts were clean. That's sort of bullshit that this guy has been feeding us Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Ten Hag, you are slowly heading on that road. The comment that Ten Hag made,
Slowly.
the comment that Ten Hag made versus Fulham threw me off. The comment that he made after this post match also threw me off. Right? Ten Hag, I guarantee, and I can say it now, you lose against Man City and you go out the FA Cup versus versus Liverpool, Klopp's kids. Ratcliffe is going to give a call to Zinedine Zidane. Watch and see. Anyway, let me know when the Marcus Rashford segment is ready to go.
Yeah. But I want to ask something, and I'm going to Nico because I know Nico had Ten Hag print on his back, right? So you think Ten Hag in a situation where he had to make these kind of comments because he had to keep the players on the side because he knew if he were to go and speak the truth, like Ragnick, heads go drop, and he had go be the one rolling, right? So he know them fellas are good enough, but he just trying to keep them on the side. You think that's what going on with him, and he just waiting until probably summer, and just start to rip and really right attack and thing like that. I don't know because the comments, as Phil said, it's not adding up. It's not making sense. It's making me feel like you're delusional.
Now I actually believe that, boy. Honest, no, I tell you, honest.
Nah, he can't believe that.
No, I
What?
telling you. I think he believes that. I think he believes that.
I thought you said you believed it.
No. I think he believes that. But I know, boy. I open for the best, But boy, you're rubbish. That you're sitting and watching week in, week out, and you're hoping that 1 week something will change, and like again, worse and worse and worse. Right? It's tough, but I think he believes that. I think he believes what he's saying, because and then it's so magnified at United, that the amount of pressure he has be under, he may be forcing himself to see these things too. He'll be under pressure to see whatever little glimmer. So if there are moments, that worked, then he gonna zone in on that now. That time everything else was rubbish, but he had one little moment that he'll go to the media and make it look good to maybe take that pressure off of him. Maybe that's happening, but I think he believes it. I think he believes it.
Wow. Then it's
I
delusion.
could
I
be
just
wrong,
thought the
but
man
I
really
could
trying to
be
keep you
wrong, but
walk. I just thought the man trying to keep you walk and keep players on the side.
nah, I feel
No,
he
because
believes it. Like,
think about it this way. Think about it this way, right? Ten Hag already technically tell most of them and their shit in it. Because when as a manager you keep saying, when I have this player fit and when I have that player fit, you technically telling all the other men, oh, you're not good enough for my team. So you already telling them players that you already telling the men who's slotting in right now that all your shit because Martinez not there. My starting centre back not playing, so whoever else playing alongside Varane right now, you know already not good enough because Martinez not there. And to me, that is what Ten Hag telling the players. So he had to believe what he said because if he wanted to tell them players are not good enough, he'd have said it because he already saying it to them. With those comments of saying, when my team fully fit, we will play the style of football that I want to play. So then everybody else not good enough to play the style of football. That is what you're saying.
Dan,
Yeah.
Chef, you see it, you see it differently?
Dan, he's a jackass. That is dog. Here's my thing, right? No, as who said it? Was it JP? Dan, no matter who in your squad, who injured, by now, your imprint supposed to be on the team, though. So whether a man good, whether he shit, whether he indifferent, he make your squad, he's supposed to be able to carry out what you want done. I don't once how much his squad is made up of 20, 25 players or
Maybe
whoever in that
22.
25
Maybe
who
18.
training
I know.
who training with the team, who the under and I talk to the under 19s supposed to understand. Listen, this is how we playing. So if you get called up to the squad at any time, you're able to just fit in seamless. Done. The level of shit these men playing. I don't know what Ten Hag talking about. I trying to understand what he's seeing, because I ain't seen it. And here Nico, and the thing is, Nico, mad people does believe their own hype too.
Yeah, I guess
So
they don't believe
if
the
he
same.
believe, if he in his heart of hearts believe that shit he talking, then he's a madman. Because I don't know what he's seeing.
Right?
That I don't know, boy. I don't know. I don't know.
Let me just get some comments and then we go move on to the we Rashford discussion, right? Um, Alan saying here, Ronaldo had to put in work to get where he is, and I think this is with regard to the
To
Garnacho
Ganacho.
thing Simeon was talking about, right? Um, Mickey saying here, this team, sorry, I meant these players are playing selfish football. Yeah, we know that, long time, long time. Right, Jody saying here in other news, Phil, congrats to Canada's under 20 for advancing to the CONCACAF under 20 Gold Cup by beating TNT last night.
Yeah.
Hoping the senior team beat y'all in March to advance to the Copa.
Oh
I
yes.
miss this. So, I thought Phil is Bijan.
Well, I want to know what
Congratulating Phil
you so
for.
you tell like if Phil supporting Canada. I sure Phil is supporting Canada in no football.
But if Canada
No,
in
no,
our
no
group, I guess
comment.
they would support Canada, right?
No comment.
The
You're
man
damn
can't say
right.
nothing, the man in the
You're
country,
damn right
man.
because
So he
the
can't say
feds be
nothing.
listening. You're damn right.
I know Canadians watching this podcast, so I can say more.
You're damn right.
Smart.
Jody saying, yeah, Nico. Yeah, Nico is the one who say whatever juice Ten Hag giving them, boy, he wants some too.
Yeah, boy. I don't know what happened, boy. What happened? What happened tonight?
That juice,
Good,
that juice are babash.
good, boy. Yeah, a
To show
nightmare.
how Man United is mess, this win feel like a loss. Yeah, and
Then
you're performing. Travis Mendoza on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, I don't mind winning ugly, but damn it, man, this was horrible. I'm telling you.
Yes,
Trav.
boy.
Done.
Every game is ugly
It's
football.
not.
Every
It's
game.
we.
Yeah.
All of us would say the same thing. It's how winning horrible. But dog, this is not winning horrible. Like I nearly cuss a fella in the must group today for telling me this game would always be a grind. What?
Yeah.
Right. No, shit is my boy. But he get me mad when he talk that shit about always wanna be a grind. What grind? Dog is Nottingham Forest we playing. Them is Sunday lunch. What you
And
talking
Nottingham beat
about?
nobody Nottingham beat us this for the season.
Yes. That's the part
Yeah.
where I had to
No, but it's
remind
how
them.
no, but
Like, will you forget Nottingham beat me this season already?
no, but what I'm saying, right, is it is amazement how some of the fan base able to cope with this and accept it and make excuses for it now rather than call it for what it is.
Yes, boy.
This where we at. This where we at. Yeah. But earlier we in a mess. We had to say, well, hey, we playing
We
crap.
are
Don't make
mixed
every team
up.
we play. Don't try to change the narrative to every team we play. Hey, everybody went there and then win when we play Luton.
Yeah, yeah.
And they could
Yeah.
clearly go and see that we play rubbish. Let me
A man,
admit we
a
play
man
crap.
calling me plastic today because I say we're gonna get a bag from City. Bruh, I say a man just call it for what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah,
try,
man.
don't try to paint me with manual and tell me it's Goldust.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
dog, we
That's what
on
we say.
this club, this team on shit dog. That is not football these men playing. And you know what the thing is, we've been saying it for weeks now. Weeks
But,
now.
but
We winning. And we've been saying it. We not playing good. We are lucky.
Jeff,
Well, let me
Jeff,
tell you something, eh? You see weekend, you will see what is luck.
Jeff, on your
Santa
point.
Santa Claus, the fairy godmother, the
Oh
Easter
God.
bunny, and them ain't have enough. The leprechaun by the rainbow ain't have enough luck combined to give we to win Sunday. I don't care who tell me, but you show you some match. Hey, it had boy. Then he God himself to come down with the angels and them and put Gabriel to strike for we to win that game Sunday. Manchester can be real mad, boy.
No,
Hey,
no,
don't you see me? You want to say something?
no. Like, what's just the exact like? It's one thing to be not playing well, but when you're Manchester United, like you know these games are coming up. We all have City friends, we have Arsenal friends, we have Liverpool friends. We know. Last time we played Liverpool, how much goals did we get by? What did you score again? Everybody know, like everybody know that's seven. Like we remember these things, and like we see it coming from far away. You know, we look off in the distance. You know, that's what coming. We have to improve the way where we play, and we haven't been improving our game. It's been getting worse. We get more injuries, but still, injuries don't stop the fact that we play City. You know, this weekend. You know, when I mean, as good as last year was, you know, the highs and the lows. As you know, the low of getting beat was seven, the high seven. You know, all he jokes, all he means about seven. I mean, all these things matter. Like as a fan, those things matter. So it's what you know.
Nine.
We ain't playing bad, bad football, but like when we play teams like the cities and Liverpool, and who really wanted, we 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 can't stop. I mean, we really can't stop them. You know, and it's gonna be embarrassing. You got to hide. You know, we got to sit off Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But that's the
You gotta
kind
go
of thing.
dark. You gotta go dark Sunday way.
Yeah. And like that's the thing. Is like as a United fan, I you don't want to experience that again. You might get beat 1-0, 2-0, bad day 3-0, but to know that your team could get 6, 7, 8, easy. I
Easy,
mean,
easy.
that don't sit well with me. It's like I watch this game. I'm like, man, if that was Haaland today, and you like, just
Yeah.
think,
Pepper.
you
Pepper.
know, uh,
Yeah, Pepper.
ah, nah,
Dan,
but
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
I tell I telling myself now. I watching what Ilanga doing to them do, and I telling myself, my God, and I had Doku to compete with weekend. Jesus Christ. That boy was that French boy, but he just sit down home laughing, waiting.
Belgium, but okay.
Team Belgium.
Belgium.
He's
And, and,
Belgium. Belgium.
Yeah.
and you have Ten Hag talking about, yeah, the team look good. I got my system right. Then fellas looking, I mean, really? We're looking that good? I mean, really? We possession, we possession good. We stepped in from break. I mean, like, you hear all this thing from your coach and you say, boy, what will happen? Like, you just, like, does he,
All
does he
you.
not see, like, what's coming? Like, and that worries me. Like, if you can't see what's coming, how you go be ready for it? So,
About
Yeah, yeah.
grind.
Um, yeah. I mean, it's worrying. It's worrying, right? It's worrying.
Very worried.
Yeah. Kurt on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining,
Good night.
buddy.
Please,
Um,
Kurt, not gonna talk about we should have played some young boy today.
I mean,
relax, relax, my boy. Um,
Let me pour out my
Trevor said,
glasses.
Amen, chef. Right? I can't remember what I used to. We going so
Like with
long.
Gabriel coming on
Oh,
strike.
Gabriel. Okay.
Or or something. I think in fact it was before that.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess wherever Travis is
When
mourning.
Yeah, when he
That's
was
that's
talking about
that's
any
Fuji.
player.
That's Fuji tagline. No matter what time of the day, he does come in the group and say good morning, fellas.
All right.
With
All right.
he's
Yeah,
a
man.
bat.
Blessings. All right. Blessings, man. Good saying here. Ralph was right to say the team needed open heart surgery. I think Phil
No,
and Chef, elevated to something higher.
no, we could
Right?
do open heart surgery, without anesthetic.
Yeah. Mickey saying here, where we watching the game against City?
If all you feel I live in my house to go in any bar to put on a Manchester jersey to look like the biggest dummy in the world, not a hell of that. If you know what good from better, don't message me to tell me no shit about podcast Sunday. I will watch that message and say, boy, how you so and so, eh? Not today. For me watching that game.
Already last time, we thought we was going into something against Liverpool and we pull off our draw and we get a result, eh? So don't, earlier, we could still get a little draw against City.
What is that awesome goal, But even
Yeah.
God, I feel ready to pull off that, Because you know what you gonna say? Them don't deserve that, boy.
God help those who help
Boy.
themselves. Eh?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Adrian saying here, I felt sick watching this game. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Boy.
Jody, on YouTube, the highlights you have to be talking about.
Have to be.
Really? Yeah. Adrian saying here, and we curtail book Sunday. Everybody done, yeah. We can't have confidence in what we're seeing. So, I mean, yeah. Alan saying here, if we play like this on Sunday, we will become a Good Friday bubbly. Yeah.
And yes, okay, so you see this comment?
Can't deny that.
You see this comment? Then it's not if we play so Sunday, no. No, we've been playing. This is what we the podcast has been telling all year. We've been playing like this. It's not football is not a switch. Football is not okay. We wake up this morning and we go and play. If you're playing a certain way all the time, just like how you just develop good habits, you just develop bad habits though. So don't expect them to play this shit against Luton, against all them waste team and them, and then come to play the juggernaut that is Manchester City. Boy,
I mean, like, that goes back to something I said last podcast. Like, who are you going to depend to save you? Rashford doesn't look interested. He might have the talent, but he's not interested in saving nobody except himself. Garnacho, young, probably going to be green. Yeah. Bruno, he injured. I mean, if he wasn't injured, it'd be the same old shit. I mean, Manu, they probably got a plan for Manu. Manu probably going to be double teamed, taking the ball off him. I mean, these teams ain't stupid. Onana, I mean, I mean, man do okay today. Let's hope the man can do something special.
Yeah, but what we gonna hope for? What we really hoping for,
I
Nana?
mean,
I
is that
want
what
to
it is?
give it
Yeah,
home. What we
we
really
can't hope.
It's
hoping
only
for,
hope.
boy?
Nah, we
You
can't
man
hope
gonna
for the thing.
you man gonna keep
Because
1 or 2 out. I mean, but
all
like
right, keep one or
there's
two out to keep it from
I mean
7 to 5. All right.
there's nobody out there. That's my I mean, we go to talk about Rashford now. You gonna go on Rashford now?
Hey guys,
Rashford,
Before you start on the
I have to love
Rashford,
up.
Let
I have
me,
to
Rashford
love up,
game.
right?
let me,
Yeah,
So
before
Rashford ain't
we
gonna save
start on
nobody.
that
yeah, man.
Rashford segment,
yeah, well,
Dan,
good night.
yeah, brother,
Yeah, man.
Dan,
Yeah,
it have,
Manico. Blessings.
it's little things you just watch and realize the footballing IQ with players. I don't know if you all saw this little part. When Kobe Mino came on today, he get the ball. What he do? He go in the
Right.
corner and he tried to
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
it. And he tried to
Yeah, but
hold
Garnacho
it.
want to run for goal.
Ganacho
Yeah.
wants. I was like, but you really a dummy. You're Dutch Argentinian. Dog,
Yeah, boy.
you get the ball,
Garnacho.
play good. And I watch it and I say, this is what men don't understand. Being Ronaldo is not just about skill level, dog, but you see footballing IQ
Yeah,
and
intelligence. You need
knowing
that.
God, boy, you need
Yeah,
that
we need
I,
done.
that.
I think
Yeah,
I
we need
think
that.
I think that's a culture thing in the club, because it's like Bruno and all as the captain, the corner after that. He
Yeah,
make a stupid decision with the corner after that too. So
yep.
it's like because I saw Casemiro in a play where Garnacho fight to keep the ball in, and then he just runs straight into 2 players. And afterwards, Casemiro had to tell him, calm down, because you're
Yeah,
running straight into nothing. You have no
yeah.
support, but you're just running head on at 2 men. What you expecting to
Because you had
happen?
the
And you
ball.
see, right. So, but the thing is, what I want is the squad, or what squad ought to be deeper, because Garnacho not supposed to be playing every single game, every single minute as yet. We paying too much on the young man. And this is what we did to Rashford, innit? This is exactly what we did to Rashford. We paying too
Yeah.
much on the young man. So these players have to be able to not play every game, like how Foden was blooded into City team. Foden get time to grow and develop as a player, and
Yeah.
his name could be up there now with
Not Foden is a
heading towards
starter
the
now.
yeah,
But
and
Foden,
heading
Foden is
towards
going to
the
be.
even
and we
And
with
got
even
Foden,
at
Foden are
times,
guaranteed a starter.
that's
Foden
right.
even
Even
guaranteed to
now,
start.
he and all could get. Bro,
exactly
the man
Yeah,
does bench. The man could bench Kevin De Bruyne. Who's
yeah,
yeah,
Foden? No matter.
yeah,
yeah.
And think about it again. Great point to JP. That is not just about picking up players, not just based on form, Dan. Today, today we were talking. Is ironic we talk about this. We were talking in the football group about the injury list now, and men were saying, but um, how you could blame um Ten Hag for Hoyland getting injured? I said, so who else you want to blame, boy? You
Yes.
understand something, and this is Simeon is always talk about the body mechanisms and stuff of a footballer. Brother man, this is a youth man who never play football, so much football on the trot. So his body in shock right now. And all the he's 19 years. Well, 20, he's 20 or 21 now. You know, he was just his birthday. Dog. So now, all you feel we didn't expect this injury was coming. We knew it was
it was
coming
coming.
because it had to
Yeah,
happen.
correct.
So who else you want to blame? Ten
Man,
Hag
and
has
Ten
a
Hag
squad.
said,
You have a
and
squad. Use
he
your
tells me
squad.
about
So will you tell me
Bruno
that you
plays
just picking 11 players and whoever else on the
Yeah,
bench is just to say you have bench numbers? Then you're a
yeah,
dummy. Whoever on your bench
yeah,
had to be able to get up. Them fellas them had to know that boy, the coach could call me at any minute to come on the pitch. Because I still want to watch a FA Cup, not the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup final with Liverpool. And I watch these youth men and them come on with full confidence against a senior Chelsea team, regardless of the fact that they shit. The senior players and horse, them youth men and them look
They run
so
them. Yeah, they look good.
effortless.
You
So
know.
what you trying to tell me, boy?
And they get to
What you
play
really
again
trying to
today.
tell me?
They play again today.
Well, I didn't even watch them today because sit down watching we SFC play.
Let me get through these comments real quick because we want to talk about the Rashford and then we could wrap it, right?
Yeah.
Um, so Adrian, yeah, weak, right? With the Angel Gabriel striking comment, right? Yeah. Good thing here, Chef start watching you 18 age, Chef you call it, but you wouldn't feel frustrated. The
I
unbeaten
know
so
you
far.
always want me watch.
All
You
right.
always want me watch as such a young man. Yeah, watching me have time for that.
Travis saying you're going to start a prayer and fast for Sunday, boy. Satellite saying earlier we winning Sunday. I tell earlier 2-0 Man U.
How old are them viewers?
He and Travis doing the prayer and fast together, it seems. That was
Had
good.
to be. Had to be.
Yeah.
I
Mickey
admire
saying
the faith though.
Mickey saying I having a not good feeling here. I feel McTominay will score 2 on Sunday. So it's Satellite,
Yeah,
Mickey, and Travis. Throw it together.
yeah, he
Let me
go
see.
score 2 and he go concede about 10.
Jody saying here, I'm going on triple captain Haaland this weekend. Yes, yeah, boy. I might do the same
Dan,
thing.
look your partner right here. I
might do the
kid
same
you
thing.
not. I said that today in the group. A triple captain in Holland today, Sunday.
Yeah. It's better you take your Andrews and Enos, yes, because you're sure getting bad feeling. Right? All your chef have real plenty to say, and I feel he have to be a coach for United. And let me see how he will perform. All right.
Ask Moffat match team how I doesn't get on. I have more sense than Hag.
Jody saying here, Reem, the only draw you're getting is one from your cupboard in your house. Hey, we draw against Liverpool, but you could never tell them for us to just
Anything
shop
is
one game and
possible.
then we go back to normal, you know. Yeah, they will just revert to typing. Trevor saying here, hey, we discussed the lack of action by VAR for the choke. Yeah, I had that, you know, but we're looking at time, and I really want to talk about the Rashford thing, right? Kurt saying here, why is it weird that men don't like to shoot from the 18 and beyond? Everybody want to score inside. Horse, you have seen men shooting right through. You
That's the problem.
what do you see in that team?
This game, whole game, the shooting from outside. A bag of garbage.
Jody saying the only way we're winning is if. All right. So guys. I sure AM9 was doing better than what MR10 was doing up top, right? So
what injury Marcel
no, he went and do surgery. I think
really?
he groin or something. Yeah, he check out, you know. He gone, you know.
Yeah.
Talk about.
He
He gone.
Okay.
So Rooney and Alan Shearer just had some comments about Rashford. So let me just put it up here, let me read them and then let me talk about Rashford because we need to know what's going on with Rashford, right? So Rooney was saying here Marcus is not the most vocal. Marcus is not the most vocal lad, right? His body language doesn't look great at times, but he's not like that. The senior players need to get more out of him and get him fired up. Right? He's also saying here you need the team to create chances if you are playing as a number 9. Marcus needs to be more ruthless and be patient and stay in the middle of the goal. You just want to see more from him. Alright? And Alan Shearer now, he's saying, come on Marcus, stop waving your arms around. You've got to do better. I don't like his body language at times. As an individual, take responsibility for your actions. Get up and get on with it. Right? Now, fellas, we've seen, Rashford score 30 goals and then we've seen him score 4, right? Only what's can we rely on this player, right? That seems to be when he up, you're getting that, and when he down, you're getting that. What going on with Rashford over here? Can we rely on this player? Does his status in the team being one of the higher earners in the team really is it really justified?
I think the problem right there is relying on Rashford. The team has become so reliant on individuals in the past that that is what going with Rashford game. It's like we rely on him, he have a great season. He's the best thing out there. From the time his form started dip, because I was listening to the match today, and don't get me wrong, Rashford wasn't good, eh? I was listening to the commentators, and I was listening to somebody praising Scott McTominay and wasting down Marcus Rashford. And I was thinking, but what McTominay doing special in this game that he getting praise and Rashford just getting wasted down, and it's basically the same thing you told him doing in the game. And it's like I said earlier with Rashford, he started to pick up some form playing on the left. We started to see he was doing the basics better, starting to pass the ball better, starting to create better opportunities for the striker. You put him in the middle, and he's suffering the same fate Hoyland was suffering. No service. But Hoyland is better at coming deeper and getting involved in the game because Hoyland is a number 9. Marcus Rashford is not a number 9. And we want him to be a number 9 because the club did not do proper recruiting to have the proper options to fill positions when players injured. So we getting vexed at a man for doing our job poorly that he not good at in the first place. So who that really on? Yes, his body language could be better, but to me he was running more today. He tracked back a little more today. Where I see him looking better, every time he go wider. Every time Rashford went wider today, he make a better decision than Garnacho did whole game today. Because that is where he more effective. So we had to stop trying to play Rashford as a number 9 because he isn't a number 9. Let him play on the wing, either left or right. And we know left is where he prefer to play. Let him do that. And we had to stop relying on him. The team had to step up more. The team had to do more so that we don't have to call one player name to say, well, Rashford didn't play good today, so the team wasn't good today. Rashford was trash. Rashford do this, Rashford do that. No, it had to be a team effort.
Sound like me when I used to defend Martial, boy. That we talking about. Go through.
I don't play, you know that's not player.
No. I mean, it can't. No. I mean, yeah, he played better. I mean, on the left hand side for a while, but the man was when he was on the left hand side, the man was playing shit too. You know, I mean, yeah, he had some better games too, but the man was still playing shit. You know, he's not on the left hand side. You know, like the man was still playing shit. The man,
Nah, I don't agree.
you would see what the clip when the man run back on defense. And the man, what game was it? And the man, he was on defense, and the man just run past him, and Rashford just juggle alongside the man, like he didn't even try to get the ball. Like Rashford has checked, like Rashford's gonna do a job, but he's not gonna commit. We watch Rashford on the 50-50s. Rashford either falls down or backs up. Rashford is, I mean, when you are the top earner for this team, when you are I mean, maybe I'm holding him to a higher standard that I need to be held to. But when you've been here, like he was one of the only people here, like when we were winning, and that's what kind of hurts too. It kind of hurts me too. Like it's like, dude, you saw how good this team was. You know, you saw the greatness that was there, and you checked up or you don't care. You know, and I don't care if you don't care. I mean, just get out of the club. Like if you don't care, just move on. with PSG, where you can, get your love back for the game. But when people seeing you on TV having no care or no enthusiasm for the game and just letting things, pass you by, like I see no emotion from this player. And it's like, he scored one goal and he wanna, do a little thing, and it's like, dude, you are you ain't gotta be the best player, but you gotta try. You gotta show stuff. You gotta show something. And it's like it's hard to watch this guy, who is supposed to, be Mr. Manchester, just not put the effort in. Literally, how many times? I mean, how many times you see Rashford like go with a good challenge, like or 50-50? He might back out easy. Like he has no. I can't even put together a good, you know, argument now because I'm so like pissed off like for what I've seen from Rashford, especially this season. Just uninterested. And I know we have time constraints, but like, what have you seen from Rashford that make you think he cares? Like that's my question. Has he picked up his teammates? Has he? I mean, has he? Do you see that from Rashford? Like he just, you know,
Who in the
just
team
run.
doing that though, Simeon? Who in the team you seeing doing that though? We had the likes
Well,
of Casemiro and Varane who at Real Madrid win everything, and we thought we get two big personalities, two big leaders to come into the team there. I not seen them doing that. I not seen anybody doing that. We have a captain who all he does is complaints. So why we asking Rashford to do that? Why would Rashford do that if nobody else in the team interested in doing that? There's not
again,
defending Rashford, but this what I mean. Like it's a team, so we can't put that on one man. Who else in the team doing it?
but my thing is,
Nobody.
good
And
point.
I see
But my
that
thing
that
is,
is the whole problem. Nobody
yeah, I
doing it
mean,
in this
but
team.
so what we gonna do with Rashford? Like, are we just gonna continue on this road and hope
No, if
that
if 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 our club if PSG come with big money, as much as I like Rashford, buy. We take any money.
Phil, I know you was waiting for Rashford.
Um, where to start? I think I think Marcus Rashford. I gotta be a bit harsh. I think it's a scam. You know when you fall for something and you get excited for something and then it slowly dies down. Marcus Rashford last season was on fire. We saw Marcus Rashford change games for us when Weghorst was playing shit up top. And then Marcus Rashford moved into the middle and changed games for us, equalizers and winners. So I'm not really buying the whole excuse that Marcus Rashford isn't good up top. I would say Marcus Rashford obviously is better on the wings than he is up top. But I will not say Marcus Rashford isn't shit up top, right? He's not he's not good with his back towards goal, but Marcus Rashford last season, like I said, was a game changer for us up top when Weghorst was playing shit and other players as well too, right? Marcus Rashford's attitude when it comes to playing football these last couple of games is not that of a Manchester United academy graduate, right? Marcus Rashford is talented, and we have been trying to compare him to the likes of Kylian Mbappe back in the day, right? I was saying about 3 or 4 years ago, the difference between Kylian Mbappe and Marcus Rashford is just football brain and decision making. That's not the case anymore. Kylian Mbappe is levels above Marcus Rashford. Why have an attitude of Cristiano Ronaldo when you're not even putting up half of his numbers? Cristiano Ronaldo was a game changer. Marcus Rashford this season is not. It looks like Marcus Rashford is sick and tired of playing football from his attitude on the pitch. It looks that way. And if you're sick and tired of playing football, Be sick and tired of playing football at Manchester United, and we can get rid of you. Thanks for your services, but we need to find players who are willing to play. You play for the badge at the front of your shirt, and the fans and the players will remember the name on the back. Marcus Rashford is trying too much to be a superstar. You are a superstar when you help others around you get better. Think about it. Messi at Barcelona made the likes of Sergio Busquets, Dani Alves, Iniesta, Xavi, made all of them superstars. He was the main star, but he made all those around him superstars. Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid, Benzema, Cruz, the entire midfield, Casemiro, Modric, Marcelo. He made all those around him, made them around him good. The definition of a great player is who he can impact around him. Who is Marcus Rashford impacting around him right now? I can't think of anybody. Look at Kevin De Bruyne at Manchester City. Rodri, Haaland, Foden, to some extent Jack Grealish, soon for now to be Doku. You can tell the difference between great football players and football players who want to be great. Right? A lot of people realize that football is not played with your hands and your legs, it's played with up here. Marcus Rashford, you were pointing here all last season. What happened this season? What happened? There are more celebrity athletes out there playing tennis and bowling and playing darts that doing this here more than you. Rashford, if you don't want to play football for Manchester United this season, you gotta go. I'm gonna accept minimum 120 million for Marcus Rashford. 120 million. He just signed a new contract, so he can't go for nothing, right? But there are players out there, whether it's in our academy or somewhere else in the EPL or in La Liga or Serie A or Bundesliga, whatever, in leagues that are hungry to get first team play football and to play for Manchester United. I will say this before I end. You play for the badge at the front of your jersey, and the fans, the coaches, the manager, the players that are around you will remember the name on the back. And I can end it with that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I've been honest with you. Everybody point. Simeon, JP, Phil, all the represent all the points are all good. Chef, jump in now.
All right. So cheap. Um. So this is my belief, right? This is not about bashing Marcus, but and it's not about saying that the team is dependent on him alone. But to Alan Shearer's comment, and something a lot of people forget, Marcus Rashford is actually a senior member of this team right now. He is one of the players who's supposed to be um, trying to hype up the rest of players. I know not everybody have the personality, but here's the thing. Here's one of the reasons why we will go harder on Marcus Rashford, because he is Manchester United from small to now. So he, of all people, supposed to know what this club represents. JP said something about how the bigging up
McTominay.
Scotty to Marcus. You know why? You know one of the main reasons why? You see this thing called heart and effort? Scott McTominay might be shit on a stick most times. But you see, effort, that boy will always give you effort. And you cannot fault him for that at all. He don't have half the skill level of um Marcus, but here what he's scoring more than him. And it's not just it's because he doesn't put himself in place to score. We another point to make. Marcus is getting opportunity. That's the part, that like we feel Marcus is getting into scoring opportunities and wasting it. He mightn't be getting the 20 scoring opportunities, but he's getting good scoring opportunities that any above average footballer should be able to put away. So we cannot continue to excuse him and say, well, he played out of position. That I'm not accepting that playing out of position, brother. You're getting paid close to £500,000 a week. What the fuck you telling me about playing out of position? I'm not taking that down. How at this junction we could still be making them excuses for full international footballers? I understand Mendes, and this is something I used to be on Martial position. Because men used to want to hit me that dog. You're a footballer. You might have preferred positions, but at the end of the day, you are a footballer. You are an attacker. You could tell me, and I want to answer me honest now. If Pep was our manager and put Marcus Rashford to play any part of that forward line, he wasn't going to score. You know why? Because if he don't score, he was pulling the backside off the pitch. That is not good enough, dog.
Another reason I'm not really taking the whole Marcus Rashford can't play up top is because he's already part of the forward line.
Yes.
It's not like Marcus Rashford is playing like left back or centre back, and I'm asking him to play striker. Marcus Rashford is already part of the forward line. Will he have a preferred position in that forward line? Yes. But as Chef said, the man is being close. Chef said two things. You know Manchester United through and through. From the tiny you to small. You've seen the greats do it. You saw the Giggs, you saw the Solskjaers, you saw the Rooneys, you saw the Van Nistelrooys. You've seen them do it. You saw an up-and-coming Cristiano Ronaldo. You've seen them do it. Let's fast forward to a different team. We all know that Kylian Mbappe is on his way to Real Madrid. If nobody in the front line is sold, Kylian Mbappe will be put up top to play for Ancelotti. Mbappe can't say nothing. He can't say nothing. Because Ancelotti is a G. Ancelotti has won it all. You go into Real Madrid. You can't tell Ancelotti nothing. Vinicius position on the left, locked. Rodrigo on the right, locked. Bellingham to number 10, locked. Marcus Rashford, close to $500,000. But the IQ ain't matching. I'm sorry. If Saudi Arabian team, Al Hilal or Al Falal or whoever, I ain't care. Put in that bid of 120 mil, and we can talk.
Yes.
You want to people send a grenade on to you, boy?
I live in Trinidad.
You go take your meal bomb by yourself. I'm not in Trinidad at all. No, man, it's just and I know we coming to the end of the thing, but nah, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I watch Marcus. First, you're watching a footballer who played not to get injured, That man played not to get injured, Red. First, you get the ball, and if you get a touch, you're dropping. If I watch a thing, I understand you will skip away from tackles, but don't use a gear. Was Marcus? I don't know how Marcus thought he was going to get a penalty today because two men clash on you. Boy, All the money you making, spend. Let LeBron James show you to how to hire people to turn your body into muscle. That them fellas them coming on you, and you're willing to bounce them off, not look for penalty. Marcus, so last season I watched something with last season. Marcus was rugged. That when men come at him, he was bouncing off them fellas and them and not looking for penalty. And here's the thing: when you're not looking for penalty calls, is when you just get it. But the man turned into this soft player, Dread, that if you touch him, he on the ground like a big imps. Nah, for 400 and something thousand a week. Nah. That's not good
He
enough.
ain't getting so much.
Wherever, it's plenty.
Yeah, it's plenty. Let me just get some comments, and I want to get JP the opportunity to come back on this, right? Adrian saying here, Iron, the team chef is managed. Trust me, let me go down that road. All right. Yeah, Mickey laughing. All right. Christopher saying here, hey Christopher, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Simeon is spot on about Rashford. Good night, by the way. He's also saying here Bruno shows his leadership by playing through pain barrier and by never stopping running. All right, Rashford can't say half of that. All right. Alan saying here Rashford's problem is that he reaches as far as he's concerned, so that he doesn't need to do anything again. All right. Christopher saying here you don't go from 30 goals to single digits due to form. It's due to his poor attitude and work ethic. I am disgusted by his displays.
Well done, Christopher.
All right. He's saying here, and I'm sick of the nonsense about Rashford being played out of position. Rooney is a scouser and sacrificed for the club and played anywhere he was needed. All right. Let me just say something before JP come in. Right? Because I for one, kind of in the middle where this is concerned, because I seeing the points that JP making, right? And those are on a kind of individual level, where because of who Rashford is and what he has achieved, right? The expectation and the pressure on Rashford is for me, different to other players, right? And if we go back, Rooney had the same pressure in terms of criticism and expectation. And if we were to look at the back end of Rooney's career as a United player, from the time Rooney stopped delivering 300 goals a season, they used to come down on him ridiculously and unnecessarily. Right? And I think that is part of what's going on with Rashford right now. The expectation. And then too, when you look at the circumstance and the team situation where Rashford is in right now, not saying that he's not contributing to it, the negativity and the toxicity, but where I'll ever wonder why no player succeeding in the team, because something just wrong with the team.
Yeah, wrong with the club.
Because Rashford is man born and bred everybody, and he has proved that he talented and he has the capability of doing it. People just maintaining the expectation, not seeing that the players being affected by the environment that probably he as well would have contributed to, because Rashford has been moving entitled, right? And so for me, it's 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other. Probably it weighing more on the negative side that he contributed to, right? So this is why I do disagree with what Phil, Chef and Simeon saying, and even those in the comments. Rashford has to take responsibility and making plenty money, dog. You have to shake that off. Even Shearer say it. Shearer say, hey, get up and get on with it. You're a professional footballer, right? If you need to go and seek, some kind of therapy or whatever organized because you're being paid to do this. This is your life, right? When you were in the academy, you play through the middle, right? You play off the right, you play off the left, you play as a number 10. Where does preferred position come from, right? So, but on the flip side, as I said before, I could see what JP saying, because it's only Rashford. And Chef, I had to disagree with you, McTominay, what effort you talking about?
Nah. No,
McTominay be jogging by. McTominay be jogging horse.
That's how you run.
The thing about McTominay. The thing about McTominay, right? Nobody remember we were judging. Nobody talking about the player in general, right? We're talking about the player in general. No, I mean, McTominay find he niche. He been allowed to drift out of games and just show up in the box and score. Right? That is what McTominay doing. And that is and it, because nobody expecting McTominay to score, that is why, nobody had nothing to say about that. Right? But what about the games when McTominay and scored? Nobody has said nothing, right?
We
But
we say nothing
Rashford
about
expect
Calvin.
no, but if
But,
McTominay and
but,
scored
but
today and nobody are really fighting he down,
Kareem, who
It's
was
not the
on
same
the
noise.
transfer
It's not
list
the same noise.
this past summer?
I hear you. I hear what you're saying,
I mean,
right? But until now, when people realize
It's
that
not the same
McTominay have
noise.
some
It's not the
use,
same noise.
he have some use now. People start to recognize, well, hey, he could score goals. But before that, so but again, Simeon, I don't disagree with the point that you make, and Chef and Phil. I just saying it's easy to say, well, Rashford this and Rashford that, and I think he probably need a change of scenery. And as I said last podcast, I think Rashford is part of the negative toxic environment here, right?
yeah,
He, Bruno, all of them fellas and them fellas need to
I,
go.
I mean, I mean, like you said, JP might be right. I mean, Rashford he has seen with his own eyes the demise, the collapse of United. Like he has witnessed it, you know, and he was, from what I've seen, he's been powerless to do anything about it. It doesn't seem like he really cares, but he's seen the demise of this team, and yeah, I mean, he might say, well, I can't do nothing. I mean, I just hate to play football. That might be his attitude, and maybe Ten Hag is not a good coach. Maybe his system is terrible. Maybe he doesn't see. But my thing is, when you show up and you play with that kind of disregard
Yeah,
for your teammates and it's not the fans. When Old Trafford seeing you in that sickness, no,
yeah,
I
I agree.
can't,
No, yeah,
I can't. I mean,
yeah. I see
yeah, I
that.
guess it, but
Yeah,
I
I
can't
get your point.
accept that. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no. You have to go. You have to go. Better for us,
No,
better for him. So
yeah, yeah. I agree with what you're saying. There. JP, again, any final comments on this one?
Yeah, no, I taking bits of what everybody say, right? I not fighting it. I not trying to make no excuses for Rashford, but the club has been rewarding mediocrity for quite some time. And the
Facts.
Rashford didn't sit down and say, "Oh, they had to pay me 350 a week." The club decide to agree to pay this player that kind of money. They decide to award players with bigger contracts. Look how long Phil Jones was at the club, not playing, not kicking a ball. So in years coming now, we had a hope that things change because we could have see the same thing going on with Garnacho, you know.
Hmm.
The same thing could have started to happen with him. So I hope it in your son a proper structure now to keep fellas in the place. Because we put Rashford up there by keep awarding him with higher contracts and putting this on him. So we give him the entitlement as a club. That is where it come from. He didn't just walk in and decide, well, I entitled. The club create this culture, and Rashford is a product of the culture of the toxic Manchester United, and he himself becomes so inculcated in it that he add to the toxicity in the club with how he acted. Because he is seen as a senior player in the team now. So really and truly, as somebody who like Rashford, on and off the field, I think it's better for him to leave the club. If we get a
and
good,
JP,
and that will help with that, and that will help with fair play. That will help with the fair play too. If we get a want something for Rashford, and we could spend that money wisely. And that's
Yeah,
why I
why
want to
that is
see.
the
I
most
want to see
important
the
thing.
team.
one
I
more
want to
thing,
see the team build.
like,
Yeah, the team. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Rashford would never be, bro. Rashford and Garnacho, two different players. You know why? Garnacho, like Garnacho, I think Garnacho have goals. And I know it's kind of like you might say Ronaldo, Rashford had goals once too, but Garnacho wants to be at this level.
Yeah.
Rashford, I've never like even though he was great as a teenager, I never felt like he had like a goal to be something. I could be wrong, but I know what Ganache wants. It might be good. It might be it. Ganache wants to be great. I didn't say United great. I think great. I see him leaving. I see him doing whatever it takes to be the best player he could be. R- Rashford, I think he might have lost his his
Zeal.
love for football, you know, a while ago. So I don't know when. I don't know how he's gonna get it back. But like you said, we all, I think he might need to leave, go somewhere else where he could find back somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fellas, we way into we close to 2 hours, So let me just get these last two comments here, and then we could wrap it up, guys. Right? For those who sticking through it, we appreciate it much. Right? Christopher saying here we're not expecting him to put up Haaland numbers, but we just wanted him at minimum to give Jared Bowen effort. Ilanga showed today why Ragnick was benching Rashi for Ilanga. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Doing on the inside, Dwayne. Good night, man. Thanks for joining, man. You coming
Oh,
when we ready
doing
to
good
wrap
night,
up, bye.
brother.
Late, but
Christopher saying here, look at Harry Kane at Spurs. He's seen a turnover of managers. He's seen no success yet. His performance levels have never dipped. That is all anyone wanted from Rashford. Just give your all for the badge. If any of us were blessed to be a United player, we would at least give an effort. Yeah, and I think that is what we want. That is what we want from
It's
from all the players.
all,
To
not just
show,
Marcus.
yeah, just to show that you really want to work and fight for the club. The coaching and tactics is after. But if you do show that endeavor, then where's about? You know. So I think that brings us to the end of the pod, guys. Let me get some quick closing thoughts and let me wrap it now.
I will go quick. I think we came up, most of us here, give or take about the same age. We came up in an era of having players who truly loved Manchester United. Yes, the it was about big success, but it wasn't only that. They love the club. They love
Yeah,
everything. They love the history of the club. It has stories about whenever I reached to Manchester, ever used to go in the library every evening and just read about it. And he's a French guy. And if people know the history of the French and English, imagine a Frenchman was able to love England more to the point now that he still lives in England
yeah,
and
he
he's
lives in
still
England still.
loved in England.
Yeah,
That's all we want from we players. Me not asking you to go and sit down in the library. But as we write for Jared, this is not just Marcus, this is everybody. I think that's one of the things the club has truly the club, and I'm saying the club has lost that love for being there though. To just put on that badge that Phil said a couple times that if you play for that badge in front, they will remember the name in the back. And that's the sad thing is that we have consistently been rewarding players who would just excel for half a season. Because most times it's not even a whole season men giving us. It's a half a season and boom, bump up contract. And that is not the way to run a club that men had to
yeah,
earn that right to get proper contracts. And that's so we know now the club in for big changes and hopefully it will start. But boy, we can't we as a team and as a club, we can't keep on going down this path because we will be having this conversation every season.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And just to continue from what you're saying, there, chef. I mean, simple example. Look at Phil Foden at City. Phil Foden been performing a long time, and up to now, Phil Foden still wearing number 47 on the back. If he was at Man
Yes,
United,
sir.
he'd be wearing, what number he'd be wearing and how much contracts he'd get rewarded already since,
Yeah.
you know. Anyway, go through, guys.
Um, It's funny how fans would call will call us out if we say anything negative about our club. If you want to, if you love something, would you want to see the best or get the best out of it? If you love something or you love someone and they're doing shit, you keep on letting them do shit until the cops or the police come and put them in jail? No. Tell them stop doing shit so that sort of thing will happen. It's the same as a football fan. I don't care if you're a Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, but we're Manchester United fans. We want the best for this club. We can praise you when you do well, but we can also call it your bullshit. I said earlier in this podcast, Manchester United, I dare you to play that same way versus Manchester City. I dare you. I don't want you to, but I just have this feeling that you guys will. And I don't know any Manchester City fans. My definition of a Manchester City fan is a confused Chelsea fan. That's my definition, right? Look, we don't ask for much. We're not being paid as much as you guys. We literally just come on a podcast, talk for an hour. Well, in this instance, more than an hour. We just come on a podcast, we talk, express our opinions, and then it's up to you guys. Manchester United has drained the shit out of me for these last couple of seasons, man.
Right?
They have drained every single drop of energy out of me. Telling the truth, guys, I am absolutely numb. But we move on to Manchester City on Sunday, and I like a jackass to be here again on this podcast.
Oh gosh. I just hope it's not embarrassment Sunday. That's what I asking for. Like, there's one of the games where I'm accepting, real pack the bus football so that we don't get embarrassed. I don't mind I pack the bus and we try to play an encounter this weekend. Yeah. Just so that we don't get embarrassed because you have De Bruyne coming fresh off of 4 assists and Haaland coming off of 5 goals. I mean, them fellas licking the chops right now, Them fellas licking the chops, So I really just hoping that we play some sensible football, try and contain the thing as much as possible, don't let the midfield be too open. I hope Ten Hag don't just because I convinced Ten Hag don't go back and watch the tapes of the games. I convinced he don't go and watch the game after the game. He just make assessment based on what he see on the field. So he not getting a different perspective. He not watching it on a TV screen. Because that's the only thing that could convince me why he not making any changes that need to be made in this team. Because the perspective, the angle on the side of the pitch, he not seeing the game properly. He
Yeah,
can't be going and watch that game over. So
exactly.
I really hope he watch over the game from today, at least, and see the midfielders get overrun and stop talk shippiness. Get the cocaine out of the rest of the team. Just a few days. A few days, put our cocaine aside. Right? That's what I hope.
It's Simeon.
Um, the last what was it? The FA Cup was it FA Cup last year. We played City and we lost. What was it? Two nil?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1, I think.
2-1. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
penalty. Yeah.
I mean, some of us, I said before the game, I said, I hope either we win or we lose convincingly because I know there are a lot of changes that need to be made. A lot. And it was even though it was a close scoreline, it wasn't really close. Unlike these games expose the difference in between where we are and where we want to be. You know,
Well,
These games. I mean, I feel sad. I feel so sick. Like looking at this game, like thinking about from that point last year to now, what have we done to get better? What have we done to close that gap? I think everybody who's injured and who didn't play yet, I'm like that that really that making a big difference. So I'm yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at this game like, what have we done for the last year and a half? Like where are the improvements? Yes, you have guys injured, but style of play we give we care for that. It's not even a thought anymore. Like we ain't gonna play good because we didn't recruit properly. Like I just don't want to have to. I just don't want to have to come back next year. I mean, same spot as we are now, where we haven't closed any gaps. It's the same thing over again. And that's a big, macro level thing. But like these games, like I said, it just shows you, you know, where we are and where we're trying to how we're not making. I mean, yeah, and but we have a coach. We have Ten Hag. For the last 1.5 years, he was supposed to close that gap. And if anything, we haven't done. It might be gotten worse. So we'll see. I think this is one of those measuring sticks we'll go by.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, guys. I mean, it was. I think we had more of a kind of sobering, um, you know, end to the show. That was heated in different parts, you know. But again, guys, thanks again for for those in the comment section, Cindy and JP, Chef Phil, and I know Nico was inside. We will be here again on when we play in City, Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday,
Sunday.
Sunday.
So we could be here again on. So we could be here on Sunday again. Win, lose or draw. Don't worry with Chef. Chef will be here even if we get a bag, right? So I mean, that's just how it is. So we could be here, right, to talk about Man United, to talk about
I wish I'm
this
wrong.
and that.
I wish I'm wrong. I willing
And
to
what we
come
win,
Sunday and men blasting me. Chef, you bad talk me, ting. But look what we do. I wish I wrong.
yeah, me too, me too. Anyway,
Rats
guys,
on the score
so
hat trick.
have a good night, guys, and see you on the next
Let,
one. Blessings.
lessons, fellas.